All praises to you. How about Hashem, Yehoshai, about Hashem, Charaka, Kwadash, double honors to our elders and our apostles of great millstone, and salutes to the sincere elect out there. Here, in the year of 2026, the year of apostates, sellouts, and agents, and I never thought I'd live to see the day. The Edomite them. Let me hit the scripture. Deuteronomy 30 and 7 says, "And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee." I never thought I'd live to see the day. Surely, I touched on it yesterday, the worm has turned. Check this video out. Music to my ears.
In my opinion, I feel that the police are now so racist towards anyone white or English, or anyone who even looks like me. I would never dare speak to them to report crime. I would not email them or phone them. I do not trust them not to be racist towards me. And at a residents' meeting on Thursday, I was not able to come here last Thursday because I went to a residents' police meeting. I told the police straight, I will never report crime to you. I will never speak to a police person alone. I do not trust you. You are racist towards the English and white people, and we will not stand for it.
What are y'all about Shimmer Shy? Carlisle, how about Shimmer Shy? I like that. That's a sound. That's some music to my ears. That sounds just like getting a taste of your own medicine. For the most part. let's take this here thing back. Let's take this thing back. It's gonna be a quick one. Lord, gonna be a quick video. The tide has 100% definitely turned. Racial profiling. So this Edomite woman, right, in her own country, she sounds like she might be a little bit posh. Or am I talking Cockney? But yep, racial profiling, right? Something that we've been aware of for years, for decades, for centuries. It goes all the way profiling. The word profiling. Let's look at the word. It goes all the way back from, you can say Cain and what he did to Abel. And their seed are in the planet today, and now the worm and the tide has turned. Racial profiling now is in effect, all right? It's turning around. It's happening to you, the white privileged Edomite, stush, snob Edomite woman, all right? So she feels like she's being racial profiled, but anyway. Is the practice by law, right? It is a practice by law enforcement or other officials of targeting individuals for suspicions of a crime based primarily on their race. She don't want to call the police in her own kingdom. She's scared, she said. I mean, you can believe her if you want to, but I believe it's an exaggeration. It's just they're not jumping anymore, right, at your beck and call. And yeah, now and that goes into the fugitive now is being revealed. The mask of the Edomites now, the men and the women are being lifted, right? So on their race, on the basis of primarily on their race, ethnically or national origin, rather than on individuals' behavior, right? Their behavior has never been good in the earth anyway. The seeds of Cain, never been good in the earth. They've always left a bad taste in all the other nations' mouth. The Habakkuk 2 goes into that. Right, they don't stay at home. Everywhere they go, it's all about infringing their power and their policies and their influence. Their nationalism, white pride, and you call it wherever they go in their world, they put their nationalism, their white pride, their what's the women them call it? Anyway, all the women in other countries that are within their own laws start to adopt the Edomite, the British white racist laws. The word escapes me. Lord willing, the word comes back to me, the proper word, right? Rather than on an individual behavior, specifically evidence or very specific evidence or verified intelligence, it is widely considered a form of illegal discrimination. Right? So yeah, let me see if I find that word. Large willing when they call it when they start to adopt other people's. Let me ask chat. Let me ask chat a question. I know it's in the back of my head. As a matter of fact, man, chat gonna take a little while to come. Other people's name. That's it. Westernization. All right. Westernization. Let me get into that. Westernization. What is westernization? Westernization is a process by which societies adopt the cultural, political, economic, and social practices characteristics of Western Europe and North America. Right. Yeah, they go over there and they push their westernization, right? All these other countries have adopted them. Even the so-called Ishmaelites, which are supposed to be staunch and strict according to their own way of life, their religion, their women have adopted the westernized way of life. And we know our women, don't have to talk about the ninja woman, how she's embraced it and she'd be drinking that juice. Everybody's drunk on the alcohol, the wine of violence, the wine of Babylon. Everybody's drunk on it. But it's good to hear what I'm hearing. I like what I'm hearing, right? So it ranges from the embrace of Western science, technology, capitalism to shift in personal lifestyles, fashions, and diets, right? That's why we got a whole heap of big Shirleys. You can't you can't not see it. That's why you got a whole heap of big Shirleys walking around, the big black woman. That's why you got that, right? But then you got all these other nationals, nations as well, swallowing, drinking the Babylon juice, right? The westernization juice, and it's affected the culture, the political system, the economic system, the social values, personal values. You can't. There's no way to run. There's no way to escape it. But let's get back to where I was. Loud winner, like I say, it's a straightforward and to the point video, a quick one. So she's crying that she feels this woman here, right? Oh, this is was sent on the chat by one of our elders from the central camp. Yeah, I'll be benefiting a lot from some of these videos and these what's been taking place, what's trending. I've been able to do quick videos off of them, putting out the information according to the scriptures because it's all prophecy, right? The scriptures. We're gonna get to the scriptures. This woman feels like she's been she's now feels oppressed and profiled in her own country, and that's prophecy. Right, so that's it. She's been racial profiling. Now there was something else. This was before the so-called term racial profiling. Some of us who was around, been around them, in the 80s and the, little way back, 30, 40 years ago. What was sus in the 1990s in the criminal law, right? And you can pull this up on YouTube about it actually led to a massive Brixton riots. That's what it led to because it became a bit overbearing to say the least, right? So what was the sus laws in England and Wales? The sus law from suspected persons, right? That's where it comes from. From suspected persons was a stop and search law that permitted a police officer to stop, search, and potentially arrest people. Yeah, people on suspicion of them being in breach of Section 4 of the Vagrancy Act, right? And it was solely based on the police so-called sixth sense, which was a racist sense. That's all it really was, right? So that's what it's based on. Search law that permitted a police officer to stop, search, and potentially arrest people in suspicions of them being in breach of Section 4 of the Vagrancy Act, right? And it was usually so-called black people getting it, and it led to a massive uproar, and the Home Security Willie Whitelaw accepted the need for a change because there was too much. It got out of hand in the law 4, and ultimately the SUS law was repeatedly repealed. Was repealed by Section 8 of the Criminal Attempts Act 1981, with the effect from 2027 August 1982. It goes all the way back. From the time I commented on this planet, there was something that we just accepted. You might just get stopped and searched just because of the way you look, right? So-called black people. So I say that to say, and it led to a massive uproar. You heard of the Brixton riots, right? That Brixton riots, it just got too bad, and certain police had to get their heads popped. That's what happened, right? You can pull it up on YouTube. You saw them walking up and down with their bloody noses. It got out of hand because they was overdoing it, right? And there was a lot of violence that took place. You know what happens in riots, and the Brixton riot was a very infamous riot, right? And I'll say no more about that. But yeah, we're gonna hit the scriptures, so that is what we're aware of, right? And yeah, I've got another thing, got something for you here. I remember hearing this. I heard this growing up too. All right, get a taste of your medicine meaning, all right? And we've always said this. We always said that, yeah, you're gonna get a taste of your own medicine, yeah. And this is what it is, right? A taste of your own medicine means someone should have the same unpleasant experience that they themselves have given to someone. Yeah, to show them how bad it is. Yeah, and don't we always say that's Galatians 6 and 7? You're going to get a taste of your own medicine, and yeah, we do wish that people who are wicked, we do that. We pray about that, and we put curses up about that. People who are wicked, we say, may the Lord give them a taste of their own medicine. And I never thought. That's what the spirit has been. The prayer has been answered, Akim. The prayer has been answered, right? We're going to come back to that. So, as I was talking about a little bit yesterday, racial profiling, man, you see, the Mozart makes things manifest. What is systematic racism, right? I won't read all of it. I went into it yesterday, but straight to the point on the criminal justice. It affects criminal justice, economic and housing, healthcare, and the institutionalized racism, structural racism. It's the foundation of Babylon and the mother of Babylon and the whole planet, because the whole earth was given unto the hands of the wicked. But now, criminal justice, disappropriately higher rates of arrest, surveillance, and harsh sentences for racial minorities compared to white populations. We went into it, sus and racial profiling. That's what it boils down to. That's what that is. It's criminal. It's what you call systematic racism, and that's the root, right? Systematic racism is the root. It's in the earth, right? It's being uprooted though now, because this truth is going to take over. There is a changing of the tide. The worm is turning. So that would be the root, and it's being uprooted. But these are just the branches of the root, right? Racial profiling, right? Once again, it's being uprooted. Sus, yeah, in the 1990s, and it goes even further back to the late 70s, right? As far back as I can remember, actually, it goes back very far. The Brixton riots, what took place, it was too much, man. So now, when I hear that, I'll just say, Deut is music to my ears. Someone should have the same unpleasant experience, taste of their own medicine, that they themselves have given someone to show that how bad it is. And that's not, it's righteous. That's righteous for you to say that. If you say that, that's a righteous statement. Right now, fuck you, chat. Right now, because I don't like the way chat you be beating around the bush too much sometimes. I didn't need chat. I just Google give me the answer what I wanted. So 2 Thessalonians 1:6 says, seeing it is a righteous, right? See that? Seeing it is a righteous thing which with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. See it there? It is righteous, right? Let her talk some more. Bring it out. Where everybody say, Everybody say,
I feel that the police are now so racist towards anyone white or English or anyone who even looks like me. I would never dare speak to them to report.
everybody,
In my opinion,
everybody say,
in my opinion,
and we ain't saying no We ain't gonna say that. We ain't even gonna say 2 Thessalonians 1 and 6 again. Seeing it is right, it is a righteous thing with thou power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and to you who are troubled. Boy, I see. What did I say? I never thought I'd see the day, but I'm still. I'm lived. Yes, the one live to see the day. Right? And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua, and we're going to see Yahushua's return. Lord willing, we do. The saints live to see the day. We're living to see the, the, the fruits of the truth coming to pass, the truth springing out of the earth, and now the oppressor, is now talking about she feels like she's been being oppressed. And it is righteous, right? She's being recompensed for the sins of herself, because she be doing it too. Don't get that twisted. She's that old woman that she be at the back of the queue and she see ninjas in the front and she walk right up in front of them. And do you mind? Do you mind? She be walking from the back of the queue in front of the ninjas in front of the queue, ninja men and the ninja women. Do you mind? I have an appointment. She'd be looking down on they'd be looking down on ninjas. That's why they crying foul. And it's an exaggeration as well. They be exaggerating. No more people ain't jumping to their beck and call, and Jake ain't be jumping to their beck and call anymore. So that's really the true cry behind it. That's just a little front. She fronting, but I'm glad to hear what I'm hearing. There is some truth there. It ain't 100%. It's just a bit of fronting, but yeah. Let me carry on reading. Seeing it is a righteous thing with thy power to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you, and even if it was true, good. And to you who are troubled, rest with us when the Lord Yahushua, right, so you Christian calling Jesus, shall be revealed from heaven with his mighty angels. Yeah, his Yahweh, La Yahweh Sabatah Awaf, Sabatah Awaf, the host of his angels in the Hebrew, the host of armies, right? Lord, host of armies, right, in the Hebrew. So that's what we're looking for. That's going to be the ultimate icing on the cake, the main event. So, yeah, we're seeing the fulfillment of prophecy, right? And once again, now they're being racial. They feel as though they're being racial profiled. Getting a taste of your own medicine. That's beautiful, right? And that's scriptural, and it is righteous to pay back, to recompense tribulation who has been paying tribulation to you. We got one more precept. This is all we need. Deuteronomy 30 and 7 says, and the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. Boy, beautiful. Let me just savor that. Let me just savor that one day. I might actually have another one. I'm going to let her speak again. Because let the people them talk, man.
I feel that the police are now so racist towards anyone white or English or anyone who even looks like me. I would never dare speak to them to report crime. I would not email them or phone them. I do not trust them not to be racist towards me. And at a residents' meeting on Thursday, I was not able to come here last Thursday because I went to a residents' police meeting. I told the police straight, I will never report crime to you. I will never speak to a police person alone. I do not trust you. You are racist towards the English and white people. And we will not stand for it.
Yeah.
My opinion.
Yeah. Something that we've been experiencing from the time we've been on this planet with these unrighteous heathens. So, Revelation 18, we're going to end it. And 5 says, for her sins have reached unto heaven. Right? I was talking about her the background check of the heathens. It's coming out, the background check, and it's not very good for you. Your criminal record is gone all the way up to the heavens. Yeah, you know, you got some jakes, they got their little criminal record, a little something, something, you know, which a lot of it was pinned on them anyway, right? Unrighteously, right? Racial profiling and the sus laws, right? And that was all part of the plan, so that they can't flourish and they be disfranchised in society if you put a little bit of you know, these crimes on them, right? And what's the other one over there in Babylon itself? 3 strikes and you're out, and that was all pinned on them through the crack pandemic, epidemic, right? To stop them from flourishing and having their own businesses, right, and prospering. That was all part of the plan, but it backfired. Now it's coming upon you, right? The saying, what goes around comes around, and that's Galatians 6 and 7. And now the curses are coming upon you, and yeah, that's righteous for the Most High to pay back tribulation who make tribulation for you. And now you're getting a taste of your own medicine, and you're crying. You don't like it. Reward her, even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she have filled, fill to her double. Right? That's your criminal record, and you're going to have to pay all back. Coffee up. Coffee up. Yeah, and they say justice is best served cold, and you're eating your own justice now. Humble pie. Humble pie is best served cold, and now you have to eat. You're gonna have to start eating it, and you're nibbling at it right now, but you're gonna have to eat the whole pie, right? That's in Obadiah, right? And after you finish, you know, when you finish yamming the pie, the humble pie, there's gonna be a bonfire waiting for you. Right? When you finish yamming up the humble pie, paying back your debt to society. So now, that's Deuteronomy 30 and 7. That's all I need to say about that. The warrior about Shimmer Shai, Kala Yahweh about Shimmer
I
Shai,
feel that
Bashem Rakah Kwadash.
the police are now so racist towards anyone white or English, or anyone who even looks like me. I would never dare speak to them to report crime. I would not email them or phone them. I do not trust them not to be racist towards me. And at a residents' meeting on Thursday, I was not able to come here last Thursday because I went to...
Alright, I ain't going to give her the last word. I'm going to give the scriptures the last word. Deuteronomy 30 and 7. And the Lord thy God will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. The warrior Bashimashai, Kala Yahweh Bashimashai. We on to the next.